coming to us from tonight, Blasey? A warehouse? What the hell is that behind you? I love, besides the amazing Tigs tonight, are you at a Home Depot? What bunk pit? What is that?
It looks like it. I'd love to have one of those in my house. I had to switch Marriotts last night. I'm in Jacksonville still, but the TPC Sawgrass Marriott was sold out tonight. So I had 2 nights there. Then they were like, I was like, I need to extend. They were like, yeah, you need to extend down the road because we're booked, buddy. So
wow.
So I had to slide into another Marriott down the street here. So yeah, no, fine folks at Marriott. We do appreciate them. I appreciate them. The pillows are always consistent beds. I guess multiple pillows here. That's what I like. You got a thicker pillow, a softer pillow, a firmer pillow. Like
yes,
and you choose. You got a little lavender spray. Yeah.
Are we going to talk a little Bubba and just whatever the hell's going on before we take our deep dive? How are we going to do this?
Yeah, I guess we can do whatever we want to do. You know what I mean? Then come in with a big over the top for that guy sitting in the right hand corner up there. So, yeah, man. Like so I'll tell you the first thing though. Like let's talk Bubba just for a minute. Like last week, dude. That old deal with Warren Sapp, and then the fallout of the Warren Sapp deal. Like because Warren kind of. You could tell Warren's a little butthurt still because of Bubba, and he's saying Bubba won't let go of some old stuff from back in the day. You know what I mean? He keeps bringing up old stuff, and he won't let something go. And then Bubba's sitting there kind of like, "What, dude? I'm not saying anything. I'm actually putting you over. I'm on your side." And Snyder, just to give you a little backstory on that, Warren Sapp there was a deal where these guys were doing like these car parades and all these fancy cars going down the road and all this, and then one of them got pulled over doing like 65 and a 35. Okay. And then, and so they got a ticket. And after the ticket, Warren Sapp was in one. He stepped up, and the video, the body cam says something to him. Can I see that ticket? So the ticket's over with. Well, Warren Sapp's just questioning the ticket. And he was like, he was doing twice the speed limit. He was, well, he wasn't quite doing twice. He was doing 66, or whatever. So he was, that's 70 would be that or whatever. And, they ended up arresting Warren Sapp. It was crazy. It was really uncalled for. It was wild, and it's all recorded. Well, then Bubba the Love Sponge, our buddy down there in Tampa, he got Warren, like he was watching all this and got Warren to call in to the show, and they were talking about it, and he's putting him over and all this, but they had some issues from the past. Something happened from a long time ago. Even though they're still buddies or whatever, there was something that took place, mutual friend through Deion Sanders, and you know what's funny?
That's what we need to know.
I have no idea what the issue is. That's how much Bubba's talked about it. And I've been listening to that show since 2011, and I ain't got a clue.
I'm sitting here with bated breath, like, thank God, I'm finally going to know what the hell's happening.
No, I have no idea. I have no idea. And I purposely didn't look it up because it was like, he's talked about it so little that it's not even a dang issue. You know what I mean? It's like, so Warren's actually in the wrong here. Sapp's in the wrong
Warren
here.
was on the show they visited for 30 minutes or something, because I'm rolling through just doing my stuff, and I saw that Bubba was still on, whatever, turned it on there. They're writing in, and I'm like, damn, does he have Warren Sapp on right now? This is awesome. And it had just started. And so I listened to the rest of it, and then I saw it just not end very well at all. It's really gotten to ruin the tone at the BRN for the last couple of weeks. Then the Rhett thing happens, and then,
some negativity, and not even Bubba's fault. Not even Bubba's fault, especially on the Warren Sapp deal. Like, I wasn't there for I'm not even going to get into the Rhett and Bubba deal. Like, that's their deal. That's some private stuff there. So that's them, and I don't know.
It's one of those things that just finally, it felt like I watched a replay, thanks to our friends at Over the Line. By the way, we may have been a little harsh on them on that one, a little bit, but whatever. Welcome aboard, guys.
Well, you know what I mean? You can't have thin skin in this group. You know what I mean? If you don't come to the Bubba Radio Network, you cannot have thin skin.
No, and I got a feeling those boys can more than handle it. There's no doubt about that. But I think it was on their show. Go ahead.
I was going to say I got to catch that clip too, man. I'm happy for those guys. I mentioned it. I think I got in their chat or something because I was on socials, and but yeah, I like their show. And maybe we were a little harsh, and I apologize if I was, but I thought they were. And now once we cleared it up, because I was coming at it as an unbiased opinion. You know what I mean? I didn't see it either, so it was. I was defending the show.
Full disclosure, I knew what your reaction was going to be, and I knew it'd make good TV, good radio, good podcasting, whatever.
Yeah.
It generated a little bit of heat, but there's no animosity on this side.
No, not at all.
We can keep going down
I'm
the
happy
heat
for
road.
those guys. Yeah.
maybe
No,
in,
they,
maybe
part of
down
the
the road.
network, man. Yeah.
I'm pulling
Yeah.
for them.
Oh yeah.
I like them.
Oh yeah. We'll have a celebrity three-way tag match for sure at some point in Bubba's arena down there or something. But no, I'm happy for those guys, and they got it because I watched that clip, and yeah, they instantly thought, oh crap, that's what they get it. They would have said the same thing if it had been us. They're and I'm happy for those guys, and I look forward to watching more content from them for sure.
Oh yeah, they'll be fantastic. I understand John Bird was a little like he said. Andrew texted me and was like, John Bird was a little bit. He said, "No, these guys hate us, man." It's like
man, that guy.
knows,
that guy's that guy's crazy, man. I like John Bird, but he's crazy,
love
so it
him.
don't matter.
Yeah, he is nuts.
We do not hate you, John Bird.
No, there's no hate at all. I think he's awesome.
I said he
think
reminds
he's
me
awesome.
of half the guys my dad's friends I grew up with. He reminds me of half the guys.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, I've watched like maybe 20 minutes of 15 minutes of it or something. Barp the movie. Have you watched it yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've scanned through it. There are a couple. I didn't do any interviews. I got out. I feel I came away from Barp. My truck did not, but I came away unscathed.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get caught on camera much. You caught me talking to Stacy G.
I
which
did.
Is great.
I found you. I zoomed in on you in the middle of the night live. Yeah.
Exactly. I almost got ran over by Gene Lasker.
Yeah. Gene Lasker almost made you murder number 2. Yeah.
That's right. There was some extra footage from that exchange. Tammy was on as she should be, on there more than me.
Yep.
I'm fine with it. I didn't want the screen time. I didn't need the screen time. Honestly, was trying to avoid all of that and somehow magically did. That will never happen again, especially now that I've aired this out there. But, I did do.
I thought it was
I'd like
perfect.
to,
I thought it was perfect.
I thought I played it well.
I do too. I do.
Like
And I told Blasey when you were going down there, I said, man, he's probably going to do exactly what we think he's going to do. He's going to get there and go Tig Nasty on it. And he's going to be all wild. We're going to get a picture of him, no shirt on, upside down, talking about there's munchkins trying to attack him and stuff. Who knows what we're going to get by the end of the night. But I said he's going to come away with their respect, and he's going to know everybody, and everybody's going to know his name and remember the show when he leaves. And you did that. You got that all accomplished, but in a Secret Service type way.
Yeah,
you
more
did kind of like when you go
manner.
you did. Yeah, well, kind of like when you travel to a new big city that you've never been to. That's a little, it's like, whoa, this is a little much. We're not in Kansas no more, Toto. You don't want to just go the first day and go everywhere and go to all the crazy stuff. You start by or go to a nice resort. You go right outside the resort walls. You start inching out. And then by your fifth or sixth trip, then you know everywhere. Yes. You know how to speak the lingo. You know what to stay away. First time, you got to go in and get a little intel and make sure everybody's cool and kosher. And I think you did a great job at that, brother.
1,000,000%. Had I gone to like the pig roast on Thursday, and then I was there for Friday,
you'd have gotten a little too comfortable. And then you'd have probably,
then
Tigs would have come out.
I have a feeling that it would have been an issue probably for the show, the Barton party itself, had I been there for any longer than I was. I think I was in Tampa. That was the whole takeaway is I wasn't supposed to be in Tampa, but for a little short window of time, and I could only accomplish so much.
Yeah, dude, we showed up. You covered all of us. You showed up for the show. You made it. Hey, Tammy, just as big a part of it. The truck, but you pressed on and made it happen, and you and Tammy killed it. I mean, I thought it was awesome. I got to watch that. I'd actually saw that, but I hadn't started it yet.
Yeah,
truck finally goes in the shop Monday, and it will take 3 weeks to fix. So this problem continues, and I'm just gonna keep moving forward. Just keep moving, but not gonna let it piss me off.
That's all you got to do. That's all you can do. What else you gonna do? You know what I mean? It's just a truck, and then just fixing it. It is what it is.
Yeah. They're gonna make it better.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna make it better. It needs some work. It's gonna look better. It was such a great experience already with how they did it. I've called multiple places, apparently in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Tons of wrecks. Obviously, there are every damn day. It's just something. But man, it's hard to get your vehicle fixed in this town. There's a waiting list. One place that I called that I wanted to take it to, they're really good. They couldn't see me until March 22nd, to give me an estimate on the truck. What?
It's crazy.
It's crazy, dude, man. It's crazy.
We could go down. Yeah. There's a whole show we could do on that, on how things seem weird because there's not enough people to service everything that needs to be done in any field. And it's the class of people doing these jobs is getting older, and there's not young people coming up to you know what I mean? There's not as many tradesmen. And even with doctors and stuff, hell, talking about that, I had to reschedule a doctor's appointment this week. The next one they had was September.
Wow.
Isn't that
September
crazy?
to do a minor little a little throat scope for my esophagitis deal. September's the next one my doctor's got, and I know him, and I could probably call a favor. It's not Dowden, but it's the guy who hooked me up. I could call a favor and probably get moved around, but I'm like just going through the regular system, and I'm not. I'm gonna play it by straight, but I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
That's
September,
a long time.
but down here doing this work stuff, I talk to so many businesses. They just there's not enough plumbers, there's not enough electricians, there's not enough HVAC, just carpenters, laborers, framers, anything ever. And getting your car worked on, same thing. Think how many shops are out. I mean, you're either you're either the dealership or you're a big chain, because the small mom and pops, there's just not many of them, and they can't make it. You can't make enough money. There's too much strain and stress. Costs too much for insurance. You can't stay in business. It's a weird deal. It's a weird deal for sure. We'll get on it. That's a whole show, but we'll.
It is a whole show.
It is a whole show. I hadn't even seen I haven't seen my Hyundai Palisade since in any of 2025 yet. It's been in the shop that long to get just some tiny front end work done on it, and they just keep calling, and they had to get something. Now they realized that there were these sensors on that had to be recalibrated, and then it created a problem back to the entire system. You're not going to believe it. Like, if you saw the car, it's just a little bit scuff on the front and a busted headlight. That's all it looks like. Not even a busted, like, literally, like, everything is intact. It's just like a scrape, busted headlight is what it looks like. $9,000.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
$9,000, dude. Like, it's
that
crazy.
that part of your car is the belly of King Hippo when he raised his arm up, and Mike Tyson, you got to hit him in the belly so you can hit him. That's the weak spot on the top of the top of the alligator's head. That's the weak spot on your ride. That's crazy, but we'll let's all get back together in a week or two and do a show on that about things that have just changed in our lifetimes, because now at our age we've been around and we're blessed to be here long enough to see change, but it's kind of shocking when you look back and think about 20 years ago what was what, and you heard the old timers then telling you stuff, and it's like, wow, most of that came to fruition.
It did. Blasey and I've talked. I did a show on Saturday Night Live. You can check that out on YouTube and everywhere else. And Blasey and I continued on with that conversation actually last night on a Tigs Tonight. Those guys, like I don't know if I got this far into it. I told Tammy this. One of the cabinet shop, I know we talked about that. At Saturday Night Live, they employ like 500 people. It takes 500 plus people to run that show every week. And they have a cabinet shop and all of that stuff on site. They make every prop, every wig, like everything you see on that show is done in-house. I just thought they call in a favor. They're in New York City. They just call in a favor to Broadway or whatever. They got all this stuff. They ship it in. No, they do it in freaking house. But the guy who runs the cabinet shop, the guy who does all the props and all that stuff, he's been there since the very first episode. He's been there 50 years.
That's nuts, man.
You lose that guy, where I'm going with this. You lose that guy. You lose the lady who does the wigs. They're no longer there, and no one has built a skill set to replace them. What's going to happen? That's going to stop the whole flow of that show and everything. And that's where it's starting to bottleneck in America with things like automotive stuff and wrecks and stuff. There's not enough people to come in and fix it. There's not enough young people that are wanting to go and learn a trade, do that type of stuff, to be able to come in and fix our stuff, fix our air conditioners, all that stuff. There's just, like you said, just not enough people. Hopefully that changes over the next 10 years. It needs to, badly.
And there's just more and more things you have to keep up now. You think about what used to have. Now you got all these extra things. You got so many more gadgets and things with mechanical and electrical and computerized, if that's even a word, but more than we had then. And less and less people know how to do things for themselves. Most people back in the day fixed their own car. They fixed their own, for the most part, but it was easier to fix. So, I mean,
very true.
It's a weird,
I've got a
situation.
My grill. You know how I got to fix my grill right now, my little pellet grill, because it's kind of it's still working, but it's going out, and I know what's wrong with it. I got to get the motherboard. I got to get a new motherboard
Oh
for
man,
my,
isn't that,
for my grill.
that's crazy.
Wow.
That's
I mean,
insane. You got
That's
a
the world we
What
live
a-
in.
what-
Yeah.
for your grill.
What
It
a
really
crazy,
is.
what a
Hey,
crazy.
listen,
sentence.
we'll wind this down. I want to tell. Hey, people want to hear the redneck story. We'll tell the redneck story, and then we'll roll into what's really on the damn agenda for the night.
Oh yeah.
So, I grew up mop, right? There's this family, the Qualls. You got, a bunch of Quallses. They're, Kenny Qualls, Rex Qualls, the whole Qualls bunch. So, one night we're in the parking lot, and old Kenny Qualls comes up there, and he goes, "Boys, I'm going to tell y'all what." He was like, "I don't know what to do anymore in this world because everything's done gone digital." And I was like, "Do what, Kenny? What you talking about, everybody?" He said, everything's done gone digital. And you got to think, this is probably 1991, And I was like, "Huh. Hey, y'all." I was like, "Kenny's got something to say over here." Dude, I made him say it like 5 or 6 times,
You could put him on
The
a
whole
megaphone.
world's done gone digital. But he's right. He was on the cusp. He was really, really looking as a visionary of what's coming. He saw it. He was like, everything's changing. It's done gone digital.